Hey, Nikki here, and in this video, I'm going to take you through a couple quick core exercises using a resistance band that can actually help increase your hamstring flexibility. So stay tuned. Okay, let's get into it. So real quick, why would core strength help your hamstring flexibility? I'm not going to go into a big science discussion right now, but just understand that when you can get lots of muscle groups to work together, oftentimes a thing that feels really tight or inflexible will actually feel like it's able to move through a greater range of motion. So this is it's not really a trick, but this is a way that you can sort of get those muscles to work in conjunction with each other so you do feel like you have more range through your hamstrings. So real quick, I am not in the tight hamstring club. I'm hypermobile, but a lot of my clients really struggle with this, which is why I'm making this video. So you're going to want a resistance band of some sort. This is a jump stretch band. It's pretty light. If you have a TheraBand instead, you can do the exact same thing. Real quick, let's just test our hamstring flexibility, and then let's just try the exercises. So again, depending on your body, you can opt in or out of any of this stuff. Two ways if you want to sort of feel your hamstrings. First thing is, of course, you can sit here. We're going to come back to this in a moment, and you can reach forward and just be like, how far can I go? Or if you're really stiff, can I even sit up right now and have my legs straight? Or do I feel like I have to hunker down a lot? So that's the first thing you can try. Second one you can play with is, of course, your good old-fashioned hamstring stretch. Just notice, can you get your leg in the air? Can it go straight? Or how low does it have to be straight? And of course, if you really want to challenge that, if this bottom leg is out straight, it's going to feel harder to get your leg up in the air. Finally, just know that there is no such thing as the optimal hamstring flexibility. It really depends on you and your nervous system. So this stuff exists in a range. So if you look at me and you're like, oh, she can get her leg way higher than me, it doesn't matter, truly. So don't stress out about that. Your flexibility is your flexibility. Your hamstrings are your hamstrings. No worries there. Okay, let's get into the exercises. Yes, so you hopefully by now have a sense of what your hamstrings feel like when you haven't done anything yet, you haven't tried using a band, all that fun stuff. So grab your band, come onto your back, and let's just do a little active range of motion where you're going to put the band around your foot. You're going to hold on to it on each side. This bottom knee can be bent or the leg can be straight. That is up to you. You're going to take your leg in the air, foot flexed, and bend it down. Now, the first thing I want you to keep in mind is don't be a hero with this. So if you're like really doing funky things with your hips and you can't really even get your knee straight, you can't figure out where that is, just bend this other knee for right now. Okay. So a little bit of an active movement here. Now hold the leg in the air. And now if it feels okay in your body, you're going to lower the leg down and take it up. Now we've got some choices here. So this is kind of option one with this bottom anchored leg bent. The knee can be bent or extended. Option two is going to be to take the leg in the air. So now, there's a little bit more core involved. Option three is to have that leg straight up in the air. And again, the trick is this leg that's moving, you want that knee to be straight, even if it means that maybe your leg doesn't go as high. Let's go one more like that. Just notice that range. Good. Switch sides. So pop the band around the other foot however you wish. Flex your foot, square off your hips, reach your heel for the ceiling, take it down, reaching it up, take it down. Remember, if you like, I personally like the leg straight, but do what works for you today, please. Good. Now, if you want, take the leg up, float that second leg up, and then lower and lift the leg. Now, remember, you can always keep that leg anchored. So many choices. Do the one that feels right to you. Or for a little bit more core challenge, that free leg can be bent or straight. I am also trying to keep my ribs connected gently to the mat as I do this. Yes, one more time. Good. Okay, from here, bring yourself on up to seated. However, put the band around both feet. And now maybe your knees are bent so you can get high up on your sits bones, or maybe your knees are straight. You decide. You're going to roll back. Again, I'm just teaching this in levels. and then roll up. And if it feels appropriate to you, maybe even choke up on your band, roll forward. So option A, knees can be a little bit bent as you roll back. Maybe this is all the stretch you need. Maybe your knees go straight. Maybe you roll forward just until you feel a little something tugging down the back of your legs and spine. If that feels okay, you have the choice of rolling all the way down. Knees can be bent or straight at any point in time in any of this exercise. Coming up. Right, let's try 2 more of those. Any version of this rolling back. If you're like, I don't know which one to do, just pick one. Play with the one that feels good in your body, where you feel a little stretch, but it's not excruciating. None of this should be excruciating, I'm hoping. Good. And then rolling up. Okay, come on up. Let's come to standing. Let's try one more thing while we're playing with this. This is kind of a core exercise, but kind of not. Everything is a core exercise, actually. Anytime you have to stabilize or hold the space between your ribs and your pelvis still. So we're going to call this a core exercise, even though it's going to look a little like a glute exercise. Shh. So what I want you to do here is take the band. I'll do the one in case you have a TheraBand, actually, that doesn't require doing this. So I just want you to step both feet on to your band. I'll turn sideways too. Choke up as much as you need. My band is pretty light. And then all I want you to do is soften your knees, take your butt to the back wall. You're going to hinge down. Yes, it's a deadlift. I want you to feel that kind of stretch and pull in the back of your legs, and then I want you to just stand up. That's the whole thing. Now, as I do this, I'm keeping my spine long. I'm not rounding or arching. I'm just trying to stay ribs stacked over hips. Butt goes to back wall. Notice how I did that. Knees can soften a little bit. If you need, they can bend a lot, or they can stay quite straight so you get a little more hamstring stretch. Play around. It's a light band, so you've got a little more room to play with something that's not quite that traditional deadlift experience. Good. Okay. So now let's test our hamstring length, shall we? So first thing you can do, we tried that roll forward or that sitting. So first thing you do here is just notice if it's a little easier when you sit to sit taller, or if you don't need to bend your knees as much, or if you come forward, can you go a little further without feeling that kind of like yuck feeling or that tugging, right? Second thing you can do is come on down, try your hamstring stretch here, and just notice, does it feel easier to get your leg in the air, whether your bottom knee is straight or bent, or if your leg was way down here, is it a little bit higher? And then of course you can test that on the other side and see, does it feel more even right to left? Or again, do you have a little bit more range? So I hope that gave you some ideas. If you liked those exercises and you found them helpful, I have created a PDF guide that lists them so you can print it off and practice them on your own at home without having to keep rewatching this video, or if you're traveling. So if you want to get that emailed to you, the link is in the description, or if you're finding this on one of my blog posts, there should be an opt-in box right below it. If you enjoyed this video, I'd invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do try to put out new videos regularly. And yeah, thanks for being here. And if you have a request, you can let me know that in the comments too. Okay, I'll catch you later. Bye.